In this video, my bottom bracket on my bike needs replacing, so it does make quite a lot of noise, so that's what the weird noise is coming from. So please just try and excuse that for this video, because I've got to get it fixed. So, as most of you will know, Thetford Forest is my local trail and has been now for 4.5 years. I would say I've probably ridden it at least a few hundred times because I go there all the while just to ride my bike. Although, if I could have a choice, I would have a different trail as it's reasonably flat, but still, it's better than having no trail. Because I've ridden it so many times, I'm so bored of it now, so when riding I try and use these tips just to help make that ride a bit more fun. Let's jump into tip number 1, which is going to be take new lines. Now this is an important one because I'm sure all of you have that one line that you always take. Let's take this for example, that red line. Let's say you always take that line up and over the... Try taking the green line instead up and over the jump as it's something different just to make the ride a bit different. So here you go. Let's say this is me, every ride just going up the red line. Always going up that bit to the right hand side, up the nice and easy bit. Well, try and take a new line, as seen here. Go over the jump, as it just adds something special to make it not feel as boring by doing something different. Try going up and over the root drop, as it's just something different again. And whereas you might normally jump back off that route when coming back down, try coming off that embankment on the edge instead. New lines can also be on berms. For example, you might always go round the berm at mid-height or low height. Try going round it as high as you can. It's like you're almost setting yourself a challenge to go as high as you can, take that different line around that berm. Let's move on swiftly to tip number 2, which is going to be stop and session. Now this is a great tip if you cannot do something. Stop your ride and just keep sessioning that thing until you can do it. As I'm showing here, because of course I can do this tip, but just for this video I'm pretending to be able not to until I can do it. But you don't have to not be able to do it to session. You can still session anything, even if you can do it. Especially if there's people with you, as it's a fun way to be with your friends and do something because you're basically seeing who can do it best. So you stop on something and you just keep sessioning and sessioning and sessioning. Like here, let's take this bit. Again, I'm pretending not to be able to do it, but this would be a great one to go to with your mates, let's say, for example, because you could all do it about who can go down the fastest or who could do it first with the most confidence. Let's now move on to tip number 3, which is going to be pop off every root and rock. Now this is quite a short one really, but when riding on the trail, try and pop off every single root and rock you can, as it's giving you something to think about, not just the fact that the trail is boring. Tip number 4, set yourself challenges. Now this could be anything, this could be related to sessioning, because you could set yourself challenges with your mates about, I don't know, who can do it the furthest, who can do it the quickest, and so on. But this could also be on your own. You could set yourself challenges, for example, time challenges, like I am here, trying to go down the beast in 1 minute. You could also do jump challenges, who can jump the furthest, who can have the most confidence, so who can do something, first person to do something without thinking about it. Challenges can be anything you like, but they're just something to add to the ride. So it's not just about the trail, it's about the challenges as well.
Oh, pedal straight. One minute. Come on, I can do this. So close. Because that bit back there.
Let's move swiftly again on to tip number 5. Stop thinking it's boring. Now this is the most obvious one, of course, of them all, but if you're riding around a trail and you keep thinking, oh, this trail's boring, oh, so boring and stuff, then your brain is just going to constantly think, it's boring, it's boring. So you're not actually going to enjoy the ride because that's all you're constantly thinking about. This is kind of a psychological one. So tell yourself you're enjoying it. Tell yourself that it's a good ride, good trail and everything, just to take your mind off the fact that it's
Boring, this bit. And I mean, so boring. This whole trail with the line burner is just so boring. This bit's the only good bit. I wish there was even more bits like this, because this... There you go. Good bit over for the trail. All the rest now boring. This downhill is so boring. There's literally no jumps, no drops. All it is just berms. Ridiculous.
So, thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry if this video was a bit boring, or the fact that it wasn't very long, but I didn't have time to go out and make a long video because I kind of had to diagnose what that noise was on my bike. So, and now I finally found out that it's the bottom bracket. That's good because I can now go and get it fixed and replaced, which means that noise won't be in my next videos. Of course, it might still be in the next video until I can get it booked in to be fixed. But apart from that, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Well, depends how you found the video really. But anyway, leave a like and I'll see you next week on the trail.